856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
We're talking local sports a little bit more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch, and we have a big show tonight. Hunter Millheiser is here in the box, and I believe he's bringing Evan Hall, so we might have a tag team on the box segment tonight. We'll see how that goes. Also, we have our usual suspects in Coach Tom Hill to talk Red volleyball, Jenny Whitlow to talk Mohawk football, Coach Chuck Evans to talk Big Red football. Matt Krusich will join us. We had the conference cross-country meet at home last night. What a gorgeous night for that. And then Nick Blum was going to be on to talk about junior high football. Josh, we got a chance to see them play last night as we called the games on the pitchforkshow.com. And Russ and I a little bit for the seventh graders. But there's some pretty good talent there. I think that's a group of kids that as they grow, the athletic abilities, they're not real big right now, and that makes it very difficult. But the eighth grade group lost their first game, I think, in the 2 years there to Hy-Vee in what was a very good football game. So there's some talent coming for the Big Reds. We know we've got a lot of success to look forward to, or at least the possibility for a lot of success.
Absolutely. We talked about on the air last night that, the junior high is instructional, is what it's meant to be for, to get these kids with the fundamentals down. So a lot of times the score doesn't necessarily matter, but yeah, when you look at these teams and look at the athletes that they have, once they get into high school and they mature a little bit and the classes kind of start mixing, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what this group of kids, 7th and 8th graders, are going to be able to do. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we've got your Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge as well. It's a busy show, and it's a busy time at Hy-Vee. Dracula was promoting the store. Yeah,
right?
Yes, he was direct from his office. I mean, we have a new nickname for Cole, I guess. I just kind of know how he treats us, I suppose. But yeah, so check out Facebook. Got a great ad for our Friday the 14th sale. It couldn't come up, unfortunately. It turned out that Friday the 13th in October. But Friday the 14th will work just fine.
Close enough.
Yeah, good enough.
You got that, and so what all will we see on that?
Well, there's a lot of great items in there. We're going to have Viva paper towels. We're also going to have Hy-Vee Hy-Vee apple juice. 64-ounce container, I believe, $5 for $5. We're also going to have, it's called Cicero brand. If you haven't tried this, it's new. It's kind of like a gourmet soda. They're single bottles. We have all kinds of different ones over there. There is a candied bacon cream soda, which is absolutely fantastic. I know it sounds a little bit different, but it's really good. There's a sarsaparilla, there's an old-time root beer, and then there's also a caramel apple, which fits in really great. So check that out, and a lot of other great items coming up on Friday.
All right out here at your local Hy-Vee store, where they are also giving away a pickup truck in November. Could be yours, could be mine, hopefully mine.
Well, it's not going to be mine.
Won't be yours.
It can't be mine.
You're not eligible.
Yes, I'm ineligible for that truck. But yeah, say every time you use your Fuel Saver Plus Perks card, as long as you got it registered, you are entered to win a brand new Ford F-150. And then if you shop on Saturdays, those swipes are double. So every time you come in on Saturday, it counts as 2 entries.
Well, you know who needs a new truck and who is eligible? Me.
Yeah, you've mentioned that a few times.
What about the Hy-Vee Brands for Grands thing?
Yes, also, every time you come in and you swipe your Fuel Saver card, now the truck is just a local store event. It's going to be given away from somebody that shops here at Centerville Hy-Vee. And then we have a company-wide event that we've been doing for a few years now called Brands for Grands. Every time you swipe your Fuel Saver Plus Perks card, you're entered for a chance to win. And what that entails is if you are the winner, we're going to show up at your house, and we're going to rummage around through your kitchen and your cupboards, and for every Hy-Vee item that you have in your house, we're going to give you $100 up to $2,500.
Outstanding. So people need to make sure they have at least 25 Hy-Vee items.
Yeah, absolutely.
At all times. Even if you don't use them, because Just buy it.
Well, yeah, I mean, so
you're ready to go.
You get you $2,500.
Awesome deal. All right, all of that, a whole lot more going on out here at Hy-Vee. We've got a great big show for you tonight. Talking local sports a little bit more. Gosh, one thing I know Chad's going to be awfully excited about when he gets here. It's opening night of the NHL hockey.
Oh, my goodness. So what are we doing? We got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go. We got to shut this thing down.
We can't miss that. I do not want to miss that. Don't know for sure who's playing who, but I want to see it. It doesn't matter. We're going to grab a break. We're coming back with more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch right after this.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employee plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
Fair enough. You are listening to the Pitchfork Show on KCOG Centerville, and let's take a quick look at a few things here in the way of volleyball. The postseason for volleyball gets started next week. Next Tuesday night, our Class 1A teams from the area will be playing in Region 8 volleyball. Seymour and Udell will collide at Seymour at 7 o'clock next Tuesday, the 18th. And Wayne and Moravia will go at it in Wayne, 7 o'clock next Tuesday. Those two winners will meet in Seymour on Monday, the 24th. That's Class 1A postseason volleyball, Region 8. In the Class 3A, it is Centerville and Sheraton on Wednesday the 19th. Eddyville, Blakesburg, and PCM also that night, and those two winners will meet. Centerville is at home on Wednesday the 19th against Sheraton, and Eddyville, Blakesburg is at home against PCM. Those two winners will meet at Centerville on Tuesday the 25th. So there's your Class 3A for Centerville. And we've got a lot of football to talk about tonight, as well as the Centerville Big Red football team took down the Albion Demons and brought home the Battle of Highway 5 trophy to its rightful place here in the halls of Hy-Vee. Chad, it was a lot of fun, a great effort by the Big Reds, and anybody else, we'd probably rather be.
No. Anytime we can beat up on Albion a little bit, it's always fun. And I haven't got the official word yet, but Kovac was going to get the biggest spotlight he could find to put a shine right down onto that trophy there in the front of the hall. So I don't know if he's got that done yet or not. He's been busy moving into his new office. So yeah, did I see he got a position, a different position? Yes, he did. So congratulations to him. Well deserved. And
he's an advisor. Is that what he is?
9 through 12.
Yeah. 9 through 12. So does that mean that Parker is now Is Coleman still helping with the AD role?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're still tag teaming the AD role.
He's still wearing a lot of hats, but yeah, he's officially moved upstairs into the office area.
Well, that's upstairs.
Yeah, finally got out of the basement, yeah.
So no more study hall for Coleman.
No more for
Was he even doing the study hall this week?
Yeah.
So that's it, though. No more study hall for Coleman.
What are we talking about being Albie? How do we get here?
Yeah.
So I think it's some shiny.
So now I'm assuming this year's game film Coleman intends to keep on hand.
Yeah, we'll keep this one in hand. We buried last year's and got rid of it, and now we moved on to this year. And, yeah, we'll keep this one for a while. And hopefully, we'll keep that trophy for a few years to come.
Well, let's hope so. I think it just looks better here.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since we've had both the pennants and the trophy now at DHS. So we've kept the pennants now for a couple years, and now we have the trophy this year, and hopefully, like I said, we'll keep that for 10, 12 years.
Do you know what that calls? Do you know what that calls for, Chadley?
Celebration.
That calls for a little. Yeah, back Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
We can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
You are listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we are presented by Hy-Vee. Right now, it's time for our In the Box segment, which is brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Colleen Meganeman and the crew at 856-3333, Northside Insurance in Centerville. Tonight, this is something that we don't get very often, but we have a double In the Box segment. And we have two senior boys joining us tonight, Hunter Millheiser and Evan Hall, joining us in our In the Box segment. So we'll start here with you, Hunter. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a senior. I play for the Big Reds. I'm a defensive tackle. I play left side.
In the Box segment. And we have two senior boys joining us tonight, Hunter Millheiser and Evan Hall, joining us in the box segment. So we'll start here with you, Hunter. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a senior. I play for the Big Reds. I'm a defensive tackle. I play left side. And
okay. Tell me a little bit about your family. Anybody there you care to talk about?
My mom, my dad. I'd like to thank them.
Do they have names?
Tammy and Buddy Miller.
Okay, all right, great. Good.
And my brother and sister, Haley and Justin Kieran. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad mainly for pushing me to go every day.
Okay, so now Haley Kieran, your sister, we don't know her yet. I just didn't know her till this year, but she's been working out at the country club, doing a real fine job. No wonder when I posted on Facebook, she was cheering you on the Facebook. I thought, well, she must like Hunter. Now I know why. So there you go. All right, so you get along pretty well with your siblings, or do you guys fight much?
No, we get along pretty good now. We used to be kind of rowdy. We used to fight each other a lot, but not really anymore. Kind of grown closer over the years, I guess.
When you did fight, whose fault was it normally?
Well, I always blamed it on them.
No, not your fault. No. All right, so this football team's doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about last Friday night. It was great for me as a spectator, but what was it like for you guys to take down Albion and bring home the trophy?
Well, we hadn't beaten them since, I was in 8th grade when we beat them the last time, and all 3 years of playing Centerville football in high school, had never beat them, and it was kind of exciting to be a senior and actually take down one of the teams that beat everybody else and went to the Dome twice. So,
how much after the game? Okay, game's over. We're celebrating. How anxious was everybody to say, "Okay, get that trophy out here. Let's take a look at it."
Oh, we were pretty anxious. We were ready. Everybody was. It was an intense moment, and probably won't ever forget it.
We're visiting with Hunter Millheiser, also with us tonight, Evan Hall. Hunter, tell us, I guess, a little bit about what your plans are after CHF.
Then want to go to college, maybe, depending if I don't know exactly what I want to do. They're undecided, kind of, but probably go pursue a business degree somewhere and see where that takes me.
Okay. Other than sports, what are some things you like to do?
Hang out with friends, cruise around uptown, and go to school, I guess. I don't know.
All right. And what about video games? Are you into the video game?
I used to be kind of a video game nerdy kind of kid. Not really anymore. Mainly football and school and hanging with friends is all I do.
Okay. Did you go to the homecoming dance this year?
Not this year. I'm going to go to prom, though.
Got a date yet?
Not yet.
All right. So you're out there. You're available.
I'm available.
All right. Very good. All right. We're going to get back to Hunter in just a little bit when we get to our 5 fast questions. Right now, let's visit with this young man, Evan Hall, another senior. Evan, I know you're out for the season, right?
Yeah.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what's going on there.
Well, a week before our first game during practice, I was running down the field and me and Trey collided. Well, my knee went out and I thought it just, popped out, but the ACL tore in half. Like a rope when it stretches and it kind of just bursts like that. The little bristles everywhere.
That doesn't sound very good.
No, it hurt at the time, but as it kept going, that dampened less and less.
So is there surgery in your future, or what do you do about something like that?
Yeah, there is surgery the 25th this month.
Okay. So then now are you out for the entire season on any sport?
Recovery time is 9 months, so
let's see. You're the one.
I'll be graduated.
Okay, yeah. You'll be pretty well graduated. Well, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
I have 2 parents. They're divorced now, but they got remarried.
Okay.
Their name is Steve Hall and Tina Stromley. Then I have 3 other siblings. The oldest is Amy Hall. Second is Kent Hall. And third is Tyler and then me.
So you're the youngest in the family?
Yeah, I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Does that mean you get away with everything, or how's that work?
Not so much now since I'm the only one living there.
Okay. There's nobody else to take the blame, right?
No.
So, what sports were you involved with throughout high school?
Wrestling, bowling, and football.
Now, bowling, the last year was the first year. Are you still, I guess, even with the surgery, still no bowling? Huh?
No,
They can't, like, put you on a scooter and you just
I wish. Put me in a wheelchair.
put you in a wheelchair, let you roll up there?
Yeah,
Can you just sit there on your rear end and say, here, hand me my ball?
or just put some bumpers up for me, maybe.
There you go.
You know, it depends every now and then.
What are your plans when things are over at CHS?
I plan to go to college at UNI, major in chemistry teaching.
Okay. Be a chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Is that what? Isn't that what? Is it Kylie? Is he our?
He's our biology.
He's the biology.
Whose hand is for chemistry?
Oh, chemist. Okay. That was always a tough subject, I thought.
I think they were all tough for you.
Oh, most of them. I did all right. I good at physical education.
Study hall.
I was pretty good at PE and study hall. Yeah. Breezed right through there. We're visiting with Hunter Millheiser and Evan Hall, two seniors at CHS. And Evan, I know you were unable to be on the field, but you're on the sideline each and every game. So talk to me about your perspective on the big win on Friday night.
Well, on Friday night, it was awesome, to tell you that. I was kind of speechless whenever we won, because we haven't won it for so long. So we finally got to prove that Centerville is better than Albion.
There you go. And I mean, would you agree that the Battle of Highway 5 trophy looks more like it belongs?
Yeah.
Centerville had a place up there.
Yeah. It looks a lot better.
I don't know when. We should have put Henry Ortman on this. I'm sure he's got it. When's the last time that we held both the pennants and the helmets? I'm not sure.
Well, the last time I know that we had the trophy was my 8th grade year when my brother won it, when we won by 3 points at the end of the game.
Yes, the famous Gabe Cowan interception and the Brent Jackson field goal. I believe that was Coach Chuck Evans' very first game here.
Yep.
In Centerville.
Because on the newspaper, you could see my brother's face wide open.
Really?
Yeah.
And so we had it then. It was just a matter of, did we have the pennants then? I don't know.
I don't think we did. I think we lost that game, because that's the only game we won that year.
Then we didn't get them. But we might have had them at the moment. If we beat Davis County the year before, we technically would have at least momentarily had both the helmets and the pennant. Okay, so you guys, you're out here together. Are you guys fairly good friends? You know each other much at all? Or
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Okay. Tell me about your senior class. This is your class. When you look back, you come back on your 10-year reunion. Give me a few words that you think will describe your class.
Successful. I feel like we're going to have quite a few successful kids in our class. I mean,
well, I think that we get along very well. Like, we don't really fight with each other. We might argue, but other than that, we don't really yell or do anything.
No rip your shirts off and get after it sort of fight and stuff.
No. I mean, we
got to
have
argue
for
a little.
4 years, but other than that, not anymore. We're all sort of chill and relaxed people.
All right. Now, Hunter, I heard that you were just, when you got the news that we were going to have you on the show, that you just couldn't wait. You were real excited to get out here.
yeah. I don't know about that.
Is it true that you asked if it was mandatory?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Okay, guys. Now we'll be getting you. I'll send them down to the high school and get them to Haley, where you will have a free 6-inch sub for coming out tonight here on the Pitch Sports Show. We do have our producer going to work for us here. The last time we had both pennant and Battle Highway 5 was 2009. Wow. So that's, congratulations, guys. Outstanding. It is time now for your 5 fast questions, so you'll both get a chance to answer the same question. We'll alternate. Hunter, you go first on the first one. All right, finish this sentence. If I had $100,000, the first thing I would buy is cars. Okay. Well, I'll just lead right into the next question, which would be, what is your dream car then? What would be the first car you would buy?
That's a hard one.
I think he's got more than that. He's got about a dozen of them running through his head. Taylor Swift. Okay. So you guys, yeah, you got to fight over her. That's for the fighter. They'll be at the parking lot. Megan Fox. I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong anywhere there. Yeah, those are all reasonable choices. Okay, and the last question. Okay, if there was a charity event and we were going to have a 100-meter dash between any two CHS faculty, who would you guys put in the race? What two faculty members would you most like to see out there in a 100-meter dash against each other? Probably, Mr. Hy-Vee and Koestner. Yeah. Kylie gets picked a lot. He gets picked a lot. Kylie versus Bonnie. Yeah, he walks everywhere and runs. That might be I think he walks more than like every day. Let me ask you guys this. I'll ask everybody in the room this. How much would you pay? I mean, I would definitely pay $5. I might even pay a $10 ticket to get in to see Kylie. If Kylie and Koestner pay $10 to see actually did 100. And I think he might lose. From what I hear, Kylie is pretty fair. I think he can better bend for run. Well, he can run 100 miles at a time. Yeah. Distance, I'm pretty sure Kovac can do. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Kovac can run 100 meters. I mean, I've seen him. I don't know. I've seen him fast walk maybe 10, but that's if you know. So I mean, if you trail him with 10, he might run forever. Maybe this would be a tremendous fundraiser for Coach Christie's cross country team. Is to have a faculty. We have the elementary track and field day. Let's have a faculty track and field day, and they have to sign up for at least a couple of events. I'm all for this. Kylie versus Kovac in the 100-meter dash. Well, guys, thanks for stopping out. Thanks for representing Centerville High School. An awesome job bringing home those trophies, the Battle Highway 5 trophy and the pennants. First time since 2009. That's something you guys should be proud of. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we are. All right, thanks, guys. That was not for be on here. Thanks. You betcha. We are back with Coach Cruciage after this on Hy-Vee's Adventure in the Box segment, brought to you by Northside Insurance at Centerville. Big thanks to Hunter Millheiser and Evan Hall.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range. Henley Dental can help with all. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
You're listening to the pitch on KCO Centerville. Got the little heckling from the crowd that's been crazy on here in his Cubs jacket. I'll tell you what, the Cubs fans, I guarantee you they were sweating a little bit because they did not want to go to Game 5 just because of the history of the Cubs. Somehow they came back last night. Well, I know how, because the Giants have about the worst bullpen in baseball. They've won more saves than anybody. And now the Cubs come back and take on the either the Dodgers or the Nationals. And Chad, you and Josh consider the baseball season over and talk about these weeks. It's time to talk house. The Islanders or the Rangers, or who is your team? Avalanche, who's Chicago? I like Chicago. The Blackhawks, okay. But also the Rangers. How's the Blackhawks going to look this year? So yeah, they open up with the Blues tonight too, a playoff game. So are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. You really knew that? Yes, I really knew that. All right, outstanding. Who's in the goal? You think for the Blackhawks? Don't know yet. I don't know. I call Hendricks. He would know. They got a couple of guys. There's a store between, right? All right, let's talk about cross country coach Matt Krusich joins us now. And coach, for starters, we mentioned there maybe a faculty track and field day. Think we can get that thing off the ground?
I think it would be a wonderful event, and I think it would be well attended. I'm not sure it would draw what our cross-country meet draws, but I think we'd make a little bit of cash.
I think you would, and I'll tell you what, you get it together, and I'll come down and do the PA for you, and we'll have a good time. I'll guarantee you what, I bet you could get this guy in there. Yeah.
So if we're putting those three, if we're betting on those three, I'll take cash.
I'll take two. That's probably anymore. That might be the last thing I any more than 100. Any more than 100, I'll guarantee you. We might have to have the EMT down there. Maybe for this. Maybe we just go 50 meter. Back it back down to what do they do at junior high? Do they do the 100 or do they do 50, 100, 400, or go 75? Okay.
Or 400 would be about right. You know, that brings out that's true.
That's a distance.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get Chad to do the 400 meter
hurdle. That's the man's race.
Yeah, put that thing together. You know, I think you're Courtney and Haley, they could be in on it. We could have some. This is a lot of fun. I bet we could get McCord to come back and fire off the gun for us.
He's been out there helping me with my cross-country meets, so he's still around.
Coach Darren Carson, if you're tuned in, there you go. You and the cross-country here, Coach Krusich, get teamed up. Let's get this thing off the ground. All right, well, speaking of cross-country, I don't think you could have ordered out any better weather than what you got yesterday for the conference.
I'll tell you what, we've been really fortunate. Yesterday was just a beautiful day. Last week at our big meet, it was a little windy and it started looking like rain later on. But last night it was perfect. I don't think we could have gotten any better. And honestly, we brought out the best in all the runners and good conference meet. I think we had around 230 kids running, which is a little bit smaller than what we're used to at our big meet, but at the same time, good competition from all the conference schools, and Hy-Vee girls went away as the champions as the team, and the Knoxville boys went away as the South Central Conference champs. But I'll tell you what, we held our own. We had a few surprises. Braden Lechtenberg finally made it into the all conference, and we were very proud of him because I'll tell you what, the kid has really buckled down and worked hard this year, and Emily Lewis placed right kind of where we thought she might. Second place to Jordan Winke, who has been an awesome runner up at Hy-Vee, and she proved that last night. But luckily, she's a senior, so we won't be dealing with her anymore as far as conference races go. And we wish her the best, as we always do. It's good competition. And
you're a great athlete. Wish you the best. Now get out.
Exactly. But no, seriously, it was a good race, and Emily ran really well. And then we had a great surprise with Jessalyn Draper, who has really worked hard as a freshman girl this year and her first year running cross country and placed 10th last night. She took off like she was shot out of a cannon, and she led the race for 200 yards. And I was thinking, girl, what are you doing? And she did, fall back and fade a little bit, but at the same time, she still placed 10th, and we were really pleased with that because she's a great gal, and it was just nice to see her make some progress this year.
So, total of 3 kids make all conference?
Well, it's the top 10 of boys and the top 10 girls.
Okay.
And Braden was 10th in the boys race, and Emily was 2nd, and Jessalyn was 10th.
Okay.
In the girls race.
All right.
So yeah, we had three people from Centerville make it in the all conference.
Outstanding, and so. I know you got another great amount of support as well for this meet. I mean, it's not 600 and some kids, but when you think about it, 200 and some kids, that's still a lot of kids. So the junior high was there as well.
Yep.
Okay. And so I guess talk to me a little about who was involved with putting this event on.
Well, this was just, you mean like who helped you? Who helped you? Well, Coach Parker was my biggest help out of that. He helped me set up the course and get everything organized, and as usual, Courtney Koestner helps us out of the office and helps get everything going. And we have a timing group that we hire that everyone, you just enter your team and they take care of all of the statistics and all the times and all the placings after the race is over. And then we also have a great group of faculty members that come out and are supervising all around the course, or they're helping right there at the finish line with distributing medals, handing out all kinds of things. The cheerleaders were there handing out popsicles to help the kids recover a little bit, give them a little bit of sugar after they're done running. And they're sponsored by the Rotary Club. Henry Ortman and those guys really help us, give us a big hand by helping the kids out there at the finish line. And also Tom Hill brought the volleyball girls out. It was really nice to see them come out and support us. And we know the football guys were thinking about us, but they're preparing for a big game, and we're totally cool with that. And we're going to be out there backing them Friday night, and hopefully we can bring home a big district win.
Things are going very well at CHS right now with the girls volleyball team has made some history. The boys football team is right in the hunt for the playoffs. Biggest game at Paul Johnson Field in quite some time coming up Friday night. And as an educator in the system and a coach in a number of sports, how exciting is it to see the positive stuff that's going on, and how much does each sport feed off each other?
Well, I think it's been a terrific fall. I think everyone has come in just because we put a lot of hours into the summer. I know the football coaches were going through at least 2 or 3 mornings a week working with those guys. And, I saw Tom Hill working with the volleyball girls directly after open gyms all summer long. And I know I was going 2 days a week with the cross-country kids. So I think it's nice just to see them see that work rewarded, And this fall, I think everybody came in with an attitude of, hey, we put a lot of time into this. We're really focused. We want to make something happen. And now that it is happening and they're being rewarded for their hard work, I think the atmosphere at the school is really high right now. I think the kids feel really good about themselves. And I think they're seeing that hard work pays off. And hopefully they keep investing into that attitude, because it should play off into the winter sports and the spring sports and just the whole attitude of the high school. It's just nice to see the kids come together and back each other. If you come to our pep assemblies right now, which are kind of gaining popularity again. I remember having pep assemblies when I first came to Centerville, and then they kind of phased out, and now we've already had 2 or 3 this year. And, the kids really support all the sports. If I get up there and talk cross country, the kids are just as hyper about that as they are the football team on Fridays, and just as they are with the volleyball girls and what they're achieving. And, and then they also support the cheerleaders with all the things that they do, and the cadets. So, a lot of people are drawing attention, and the kids are involved in a lot of things, but I think they're well supported by each other and the whole group at the high school.
I know you're not specifically coaching football, but would you agree that that Battle Highway 5 trophy is right where it belongs and looks much more in place here than it probably does up in Albion?
You bet. I'm one of those guys that we stair-step everything in basketball, and I'm always one of them guys. I think my pregame speech every time we visit a conference school is, I hate Davis County. We got to win this, And then as soon as we win that one, oh gosh, I hate Eddyville. You don't understand, and you don't understand the history.
This is the one we got to have.
And then you go to Knoxville, it's like, oh, you don't understand how I feel about Knoxville. Oh, and here's Sheridan. You don't understand what we went through here, And I think anytime you have a good conference rivalry, and I think the Battle of Highway 5 and the Pennant thing, that just adds that much more to it. Just like the big trophies that the Hawkeyes win, Floyd of Rosedale, those kind of things just add a little bit more to the win, and it makes the kids feel a lot more rewarded for their effort when they do come out victorious. And, Albion, just for the sake of what they've accomplished lately in football, I would compare it a lot to if we go up to Sheraton and win this year in basketball. When you see a team advance to the state tournament and then the next year you knock them off, you feel like you've really accomplished something. So I know I compare that to if we could do that this winter with the basketball team, it'd be a very rewarding win.
What's next for the cross-country team then? What's left on the schedule?
Well, we're down to the bare minimum. All my JV runners are done, and now we're just gearing up for districts next week in Pella on Thursday. And it's an early slate. So the girls run at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at Central College, and the boys are at 2:30. So it's going to be an early afternoon, and hopefully we have great weather. And I'm looking forward to seeing what my kids can do. You know, ever since we've gone down to the 2A level, I look at, you know, my kids, if they come up there and they're focused, we might have some surprises going to the state tournament, or the state run anyway. And, you know, I think Emily's going to be solid. I think she can hold her own, and I look for her to have a great chance if everything goes the way it should. And, you know, Braden and Jesselyn, just like last night, you know, it was nice to see them creep into that top 10. And, you know, hopefully that kind of propelled them to keep working and staying focused, and maybe some good things could happen next week.
How many runners go to state with this district?
They're going to take the top 2 teams plus the top 10 finishers. Yeah. So, you know, so Emily's got her work cut out for her. She handled that very well last year. I think she placed like 5th or 6th at the district. And, you know, like I said, if things go well for one of the other runners, you never know. We might see some other names pop in there. And, you know, Emily, everything's going to have to go right, too, because honestly, she is not running quite as fast as she did last year. So, you know, she's really going to have to buckle down and get with it.
Why do you think that is? I know it's not for lack of work. Is she healthy? Is she 100% healthy?
Yeah, she's healthy. I think, you know, with girls, a lot of times they're running a lot faster as underclassmen because they're just developing into women. And, you know, I think some of that is the case with Emily and the case with, you know, every girl that runs cross country. It's not abnormal to see them running their best times as freshmen and sophomores, and then the more they develop, you know, it kind of slows them down, or they have to train extra hard to keep their pace.
All right, well, before we let you go, I think we're close enough now. We can start talking a little basketball. It's not too far around the corner. You've got a pretty good group coming back. I think the expectations are going to be pretty high this winter. Give me a quick preview of what you expect of this big red basketball team.
Well, I think it'll be interesting. You know, we did put a lot of time into the summer. We played in the Albia League, and we got together at least 2 or 3 times a week. And, you know, the kids seem very motivated. The kids that are not playing football are already coming in for open gyms on Sundays. And I love the attitudes and enthusiasm. And, you know, last Sunday I opened up the gym for an hour before they went to watch film with football guys. And we had about 15 kids show up just to put in shooting time and, you know, just get in the gym, and it was nice. And then after the football players left, all the guys that aren't football players got up and down the floor a little bit, and that was nice to see. And, you know, I just think the kids are going to come in focused, and you know, sky's the limit if everybody stays injury-free. I think we'll hold our own right in the conference. Although I do think Knoxville's going to be the team to beat in the conference. I think we can hold our own.
Should have pretty good depth, I would think, this year. I know you like to get up and down the floor. It seems like that you might have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can defend a lot of people. Like you said, I think we have the depth to extend back to full court defense if we really wanted to. But I think offensively we're going to have to keep a few people on the floor as much as we can. And, you know, so it's kind of a balancing act of when we want to go full court and when we want to stay half court. Kind of depends on, you know, how well we're scoring on the offensive end.
All right, Coach Matt Krusich, thanks for stopping out. Good luck at the district cross-country meet next Thursday at Pella. The girls run at 2, the boys at 2:30. 3 conference, all-conference runners, 2 on the girls' side. Jocelyn Draper, 10th. Emily Lewis got 2nd. Congratulations to them. And Braden Lechtenberg, it's always nice, I know, Coach, when you see a young man that's been a part of the program for so many years, and then his senior year, he finally reaches that goal and brings home an all-conference position. And it's something he's going to be and should be proud of for a long time.
Oh, I think so, too. And I love this kid both on the cross-country court and on the basketball court. You know, he doesn't get a lot of playing time in basketball, but he sure is a great practice player and a great kid and a great student at our school. So, you know, I think he represents CHS very well.
All right, Coach Matt Krusich, we appreciate you stopping out. Good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk football with Coach Denny Whitlow of the Mohawk coming off a win last Friday night, 73-14 over Tri-County. We're back after.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more. Presented by Hy-Vee. Russ Ocker, the Hall of Famer Kelly Koestner, joined down by Coach Denny Whitlow to talk Mohawk football. And Coach, your Mohawks came out and did what you would have expected them to do last week against Tri-County. Took care of business, 73-14. You knew Tri-County that you would be a favorite on paper, but you're still, when young kids, you never know. And they came out obviously ready to go.
Yeah, we knew Tri-County was down again this year. They'd won the first game of the season and hadn't won a game since then. So, you felt pretty confident going into that game. But like you said, when you're dealing with high school kids, you never know what's going to happen. If you make a couple mistakes, it definitely gives us some momentum, and we didn't give them that chance. At the end of the first half, I think it was 41-0 at the end of that was actually at the end of the first quarter. It was 41-0. So we were able to put our JV kids in the second quarter, and that was good. Kind of get our kids, make sure they rested up and stuff for this week. But I know it's nice to get those JV kids in because we had 3 of our JV games canceled this year because of lack of numbers by other teams, so they haven't had a chance to play a whole lot. So it was an opportunity for them to get some learning experience.
Well, you put up 73. You did some great things offensively. Talk to me a little bit about who had a big night.
We were able to score in all 3 phases of the game. So Dallas Price, he was our leading rusher, and he had 3 carries for 73 yards, and I think 2 of those were touchdowns. So he had a really good night with just the few carries that he had. Hunter Arbogast, he was 3 for 4 with 2 touchdown passes. He actually ran for a touchdown, like a 26-yard touchdown as well, but he hooked up with Jake Martin for, I think it was like a 48-yard touchdown pass, and then Chase Snyder, our fullback, he hooked up with him for a 53-yard touchdown pass. So that was good to see him get some connections there with those guys. Chase Snyder rumbled in from a couple of yards out as a fullback, and then we were able to get some of our young guys, like I said, in there. Casey Smith, one of our backup quarterbacks, he ran one in and threw his first passing touchdown on the varsity level, and hooked up with Brendan Gray, who's a sophomore for us, who just moved here last year from Florida. His uncle is Mike Gray, one of my assistant coaches, and I think Mike Gray might have been more excited than Brendan, seeing his nephew score his first varsity touchdown, so that was pretty neat to see. And then defensively, Nick Martin did a pick six, and then Nick also had a punt and a kickoff return for a touchdown as well. So, we had a lot of guys that got to score, a lot of guys that touched the ball, and then Zach Knapp, freshman running back for us, he scored his first varsity touchdown as well. So it was just neat to see some of those young guys get in the end zone as well and get them some confidence here at the end of the year.
Well, you got 2 games left. It looks like I think it's I don't know if it's mathematically impossible for you to make the postseason at this point. Based on what I'm seeing, maybe might be tough because I don't think you can win any of the tie breaks. But how important is it for these young men, and how much do you see their desire to go ahead and win out against a couple of tough opponents coming?
Yeah, we've got Colonesco, this week, and that's going to definitely be a tough game. They're the ones that knocked us out of the playoffs last year, and we'd like to get some revenge there. When people talked about the season, they asked me about, what do you think the season could be, and I said anywhere. I felt like from 5-4 to 9-0. I thought we could be anywhere from there. I said what I liked was our 4 toughest games. I felt we're all at home, and we haven't won a home game yet this year, and we talked to the seniors about that and how important it is for the seniors to try to win a home game. And, it'll be senior night this week on Friday, so we're hoping that definitely is something that they, really helps motivate them, so that'll be good for them. And, with that, any home game that we win, we go up and ring the victory bell. So I know that my seniors have really talked about that, and I've even actually had some of the parents come to me and say, all my sons talked about is they want to ring the victory bell. So I'm hoping that's some extra motivation because we don't allow the seniors to ring the victory bell whenever we win a game. So I think hopefully that'll be a little bit extra motivation for them to sit there and get a win this week and then finish the season off with Melcher Dallas.
Well, it's right now you've got Colonesco at home this week, and Melcher Dallas on the road. All of you guys 3-2 in district play. So on paper, a couple of great games coming up for you. Colonesco coming in, you want to get the home win. What are you seeing? What do you expect to see out of them? Let's start with what you expect to see from them offensively.
They got a running back who's the running back they had last year too. His name is Garrett Jarks, and he ran for a lot of yards on us last year, but they've lost some of their linemen that they had last year. And so he's not getting quite the production they had last year. So that's one of those things that I'm hoping that we can shut him down some. I know some of the games, he's got like 140 or 150 carries. The next kid they got on the team has like 60 carries. So we know that that's who they're going to try to get the ball to. He, in a lot of their formations, he plays the quarterback, kind of like a wildcat. And they'll just give it to him. They'll either run him the outside to the left or outside to the right, or through like the B gaps, they'll run them up through there and just try to power them up through there as much as they can. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on him. And then it seems like if they run somebody else, they'll pull a guard and try to take him the opposite way. So we've been talking to our linebackers this week again about how important it is to read the guards and don't read the backfield. And I think that'll definitely help us as well. But that's kind of what we're looking at. They don't pass the ball very much. They like to run the ball and ground and pound. So that's been our specialty this year. Hopefully we don't let down this Friday night with that. So we've been the last couple of games, teams have been averaging about 40 yards of rushing against us. So we're hoping that we can keep that up this Friday night.
Talking to Coach Denny Whitlow about Mohawk football. Now then, defensively from Colonesco, how have they stacked up against other teams throughout the year? Are they holding teams down? Do you expect it to be difficult to score? Or have they been winning mainly on the offensive side? They've been, I think, giving up about 37 points a game. So, I mean, an 8-man football,
that's, about average. I mean, depending on how good of a football team you are, so it's always a high-scoring games usually whenever you're talking about 8-man football. We've got game film on them against Twin Cedars, and then also with Seymour, and they ran a 4-man front against HLV and then a 3-man front against Seymour. So we're not for sure, but we're just preparing against both and trying to make sure that we're ready to go against whatever they face. And we face those all year, 4- and 3-man fronts, so our kids should be ready for it. It's just kind of know their top tacklers and make sure that we can get to their linebackers. That's who their top tacklers are. And try to get them isolated so we can get a hole and let our backs go from there and run.
Do you sense in practice that this maybe so far this year, maybe the biggest game on the schedule? Obviously, your final home game at Colonesco on paper looks to be a coin toss type of game. Do you sense the kids are pumped this week?
Monday at game film, that was the one thing I talked about was, hey, with the way like I said, the playoffs and things like that kind of worked out. We had to look for some type of different type of ideas of what we can do to motivate the players for this game. And, we told them, hey, you win this game, you're guaranteed a winning season. That's always good to have a winning season. We talked about this team that knocked us out. You could, have that to say that this is the team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year, get a little revenge factor there, and then the victory bell. So we've been talking about those things to try to keep kids focused. We tried to have a little bit of fun this week of practice to keep, kind of relaxed, but, still focused and things like that. And that seems like that's worked pretty well. And we've actually had a pretty good week of practice this week.
All right, Coach Denny Whitlow. The Mohawks have their final home game this Friday night with Colonesco. It should be a good one. And then next week they wrap up their season on the road at Melcher Dallas, which, of course, that's always a rivalry game. Moravian, Melcher Dallas, your longtime conference foes. And I know your boys are going to be fired up when they head there. So it's kind of nice to have a couple of big games at the end of the year. I don't think you're going to have any trouble keeping these kids motivated. Looking at this district right now, Twin Cedars is 5-0, HLV is 5-0. Those two teams will not play until next week. Kind of ironic that that's going to be the final game of the year and probably will decide the district championship. Then Colonesco, Moravian, Melcher Dallas all at 3-2. Seymour's at 1-4. Tri-County's at 0-5. And Mesquakee's at 0-5. Coaches, always thanks for stopping out, and we look forward to visiting with you again next week.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Denny Whitlow talking Mohawk football on the pitch. We'll grab a break. Josh Price will slide in and tell us about all things Hy-Vee, and then Coach Nick Paloma's going to join us to talk junior high football. That's all coming up next.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
You are listening to the Pitch Sports Show. We move into the back half of the show, and we got a big finish tonight. We've got Coach Nick Paloma going to talk some junior high football as they've got one game left for the 7th and 8th graders. That is Monday night against Clark. And then we expect Coach Tom Hill on to talk Redhead volleyball as we head towards the postseason there. And Coach Chuck Evans to talk Big Red football. It's been a while, guys, since I can remember this much excitement about the Big Red football team. And to be quite honest with you, even though we made the playoffs 2 or 3 years ago, I know Gonnerman and starts with senior year, but the reality of that is, and not to take anything away from them, it's a good team. I think that's back when there were 4 teams going in, and I don't know what we end up. Maybe were we 4-5 or 5-4? I think we might have even been 4-5 overall. With them going to 2 teams now, there's no doubt you make it to the playoffs, and you certainly deserve some credit on having a tremendous season. Oh, and again, not taking anything away from before. Like last year, the last game of the year, we still had a chance to make the playoffs. But I think it's a bigger buzz now because it's a bigger accomplishment. Yeah, you're one of 16 teams that, in each class that get to go on and play postseason, and yeah, it's one of those things that football's one of those sports that not everybody gets to go to the postseason like every other sport. So yeah, it's something special to be one of those 16 teams, and hopefully we'll get that done Friday night. But I think I like this better. I like it for a number of reasons. Number one, because the excitement of, man, you feel like you've done something. But I do get the idea, too, of there's no sense playing senseless football games because of what we know about head injuries and just the body in general. There's no sense also risking a 9-0 1-seed team maybe playing a 4-5 team. To be honest with you, they shouldn't have to do that. You can risk an injury. I think a few years ago, Oskaloosa, one of their best running backs, went down in that game against us. Yeah. And so, that makes it, it's just, I think I like this system better. For that, now we're playing on Friday nights, so that you don't have to worry about, because before they were worried about traveling so far and each, try to keep everybody close to home as much as you could, and you were traveling on a Wednesday night. You get school the next day for a lot of these teams, and well, you have school the next day, but a lot of the kids sometimes didn't make it off the bus, I guess. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that, and you should get great crowds, weekend game, and people travel. So, and you only have one game a week. Because before you were playing 2 games within, you won that first one on a Wednesday, you turn around and played on Monday. Actually, yeah. Right. It's just senseless. You look at back when, the famous year, I think it was 2009, when we were 9-0 and number 1 in the district, and the fellow was 4, and we ended up having some injuries in our second game, and you go back and you think, why in the world are we even having to play the 4 seed in our district? We had all season to prove this, and we proved it. We ran the table. That game should have never happened. That's just the one that I know in my mind. I'm sure there have been many other games that, so kudos to the state for finally getting something right. Good for them. All right, guys. Josh, we got a lot of cool things going on out here at Hy-Vee. It's a scary time. It's October, and the deals are spooky.
Absolutely. You want to see something spooky, check out our Facebook page and check out the ad that Cole did today. It definitely creeped me out just a little bit. But, yeah, we had a great one-day sale coming up. Page that details all the great items that are coming up on Friday. We've got a lot of great items going on for the entire week. Like I said, if you use your perch card, you get sometimes you can get better deals. Not only just win the contest, you can get better prices on items. Right now, we have Teenage cane sugar in a 4-pound bag for $1.98. If you use your perch card, you get it for 98 cents. We also have Miracle Whip, $3.29. With the perch card, it's just $2.29. We have Welch's grape or strawberry jelly or jam for $1.98. With the perch card, it's just $1.28. And then fresh from our bakery, 20-ounce white or wheat bread for just $2.99. If you use your perch card, it's just $1.99.
All of that right out here at Hy-Vee, and somebody's going to win a truck. We're only about a month away from that now.
Yeah, on the November 15th, we're going to be giving away that brand new Ford F-150 out front. So your time's running out to get those swipes in. So make sure you get in here and use that card. And then don't forget on Saturdays, the entries are doubled.
Tick, 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 tick. We'll grab a break. When we come back, we'll talk junior high American-style football with Coach Nick Paloma right after this on Hy-Vee's The Bit.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, third generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
You are listening to the Good Sports Show on KCOG Centerville, and Coach Tom Hill will not be here tonight. I think it's the all-conference meeting. I believe so. Up and out. I heard that on the radio stage. We hope that you know what you're talking about. But I don't know. Now, next Wednesday, I don't know what I'm talking about. Very rarely. I've known you a long time, and there have been a few times. One time right here on the show, I said you had a good idea. I can't remember what it was. No, but it was a great idea. It was a doozy.
Mark it down. That's
right. He lost that piece of paper. All right, so the first question for everybody tonight is when Hunter Millheiser and Evan Hall were on the show, we talked a little bit about, I asked them if you could put two faculty members in a 100-meter dash against each other, who would it be? And they picked Kovac and Kylie. And the big question is, would you pay money to watch them? To watch Kylie and Kovac if we could get them to score?
You know, way back when, I didn't even have to pay money, and I got to watch Kovacevic run. You didn't really need a stopwatch. A calendar would have worked. So I'm going to go ahead and take Kylie.
Did he ever? No, I'm just kidding. Did he ever get called for delay of game in track?
No, I don't know if that's happened either. That would be a tough race. That'd be a tough pick there. It might be worth paying for.
My dad used to say about me that if I got in a race with a pregnant woman, I'd come in third. So
there you go.
That's pretty slow. So I can see Kovac, if Kylie got out a little bit ahead, he'd go ahead and tackle him. I believe that might happen. That happened. Oh, goodness. Yeah. All right, Coach Nick Paloma coaching our 7th grade junior high football team. But, Coach, I know you guys work together a lot. You're pretty familiar with the 8th graders because you had these kids last year. Let's start with the 8th graders. Pretty good season for those guys. They came up short last night against Hy-Vee, 22-8. But for the folks seeing the score, it really was a 14-8 game. They picked the ball off in our last throw it up. You got to throw it up series, and they picked it off and ran it in. So real score in my mind is 14-8. But I mean, not to take anything away from Hy-Vee, they got a great group. Those kids are going to be battling for a number of years.
Yeah, I mean that was a good matchup. And honestly, win, lose or draw, really that game last night was really good for our 8th grade guys to get some competition and to be challenged by somebody. And you just kind of wish that game would have maybe been earlier in the year. I really could have used that to motivation throughout the rest of the season to kind of push those guys a little bit and get our line, make sure we're still working hard and we're not just relying on Brady, to make plays for us. So, but all in all, I mean, in the end, that's going to be a great matchup with those guys. And, they made a few more plays than we did, and I think they kind of came up with more of a 6 front and kind of caused us some problems inside with some of the blocking schemes and things. And to get them tip their cap to those guys, they did a nice job, and Albia snuck one out on us. But it's the first loss those guys have had in 2 years, and we got a lot of nice guys that are going to be good football players you're going to be hearing about here. Some of them probably even possibly next year when you might be hearing their name a little bit on Friday night. So a lot of good players in there, and those guys are they're working hard, and they're going to be a good group, and you got 3 years here in a row of some really quality guys that, we got a lot of special things I think ahead of us.
Well, of course, we know that they've got a lot of some great skilled players. Brady Kosrich is very good. Merrick Matthews, who missed some of the year with injuries. Miles Clausen, guys like that. But we also know that it's those names that you don't hear over the PA all the time. They're going to make or break your football team. No matter how good your skilled players, you can win at junior high football with a kid that's bigger or faster than everybody else. You can't do that necessarily in high school if you don't have some hosses up front. And I think they have some true linemen, I think.
Yeah, they got some really nice linemen, just going across the front line. You got Brody Kroger in there as a center. It's versatile enough to kind of play anywhere on the line, really, but does a nice job with shotgun snaps, so they kind of move him to center. Britton Cox, Nick Jewett, Hunter Cox, and Brady Clark. That's the 5 guys across the front. And there's some other guys sprinkled in there, too, that are playing that are doing a nice job, too. But those guys have kind of been their consistent guys inside there. They're doing a nice job. And, they're just going to keep getting better as they go. And as they keep working scheme and keep, it's improving and getting a little stronger in the weight room, and those things are going to happen. I think you got some nice sized guys in there to run behind that can do a lot of good things for you.
The number's very good at the 8th grade level, and I know you got kids that are excited. What I like about where we're at is, I just talk of this kid because I know him, because his mother works with me at Ocker, is Logan Everett, and he doesn't. He's played quite a bit this year, but he doesn't always start, and sometimes he doesn't get a ton of playing time. And I know last year was a big learning year for him, but he's pumped up about football. She tells me all the time, and that says that we're in the right direction, because he's wanting to he may go out for wrestling this year just to make him better at football on the line. And there's a kid that's got the size, and I know there's a few other kids like him, that those kids have the potential to really help your program someday.
Yeah, and that's, I think we're getting running a lot of guys through in both 7th and 8th grade teams. A lot of guys are getting on the field and getting minutes, so it's not just 11 guys playing 2 ways the whole time. And we've had an opportunity to get a lot of guys into the game, and not just in the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter when the game's in hand. Be able to get them in the first half of the games and get a lot of guys through, and that's kind of what it's all about at this level. See what guys can do, and you really don't know that kid that is a backup or a B team kid right now. He might grow 6 inches between now and his freshman year or sophomore year, and all of a sudden he's a player. So you just kind of hoping you're getting those guys a lot of opportunities to get in ball games and to get into practice and to stay involved, and I think we've had a pretty good opportunity to do that the last few years.
All right. Well, your 7th grade team. Last night, obviously, things didn't go real well. I know that, wins and losses on the season, not necessarily where you want it to be, but again, it's a learning experience. There's some pretty talented kids there. What I'm seeing there maybe is the size isn't quite there yet, but you do have some pretty good athletes.
Yeah, a lot of little guys with big hearts, kind of, But, like last night, we struggled, obviously. Albie had a really good running back. Big kid, kind of reminded me of McKean Oden as a 7th grader, and we had trouble kind of bringing him down and tackling him, but I thought we'd made huge improvements from the beginning of the year. We played Davis County, who was another team that had had some big kids that we had trouble tackling. And that game, we wanted no part of even attempting to tackle those guys. It's like, well, I don't even want to get in the way. I might just get hurt. So we kind of got from that point to last night where I thought really we played pretty well for us, honestly. I mean, that was a pretty good Albion team, but our kids were doing things right. We're trying to get in there and make things happen. We're trying to get off blocks. We're trying to use our hands to get away from people, and a lot of those things that we weren't doing at the beginning of the year. So, we're seeing small improvements. It isn't necessarily resulting in wins and losses. And at that point, we all want to win. That's great. But really, we're just trying to hopefully we're getting these guys to understand what they should be doing and how to do things right. And it's just about blocking and tackling and carrying the ball and running hard and finishing plays. And those things are happening. So we're slowly getting better. And there's going to be a lot of guys. They might not be a group that's going to win a lot of ball games themselves, but they're going to complement the team in front of them and the team behind them, and those mix everybody in, and all of a sudden we got a pretty good group of players.
We'll grab a break. We'll come back and talk a little more junior high football with Coach Nick Paloma coming up next. on Hy-Vee's The Biz.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
We're talking junior high football with Coach Nick Malone. We were talking about this faculty track meet. I just had a great idea. Coach Evans is here, and he was saying because we said, well, you wonder if we get a faculty basketball game. And Coach Evans had said when he was in Mount Pleasant that they would play Washington, faculty versus faculty, and they would rotate every year. Now, that would be, I think you would. He said the house was packed. Could you imagine if our faculty was taking on Albie's faculty?
I think it's a great idea.
Holy cow.
Make sure we do it here before Jake Hawkins leaves us.
We do need a tour.
I carried this on that.
Stovak showed he wasn't going to put the ball in the hoop. So yeah. The rule would, I suppose, be anybody who gets a paycheck at all from the school would be faculty. Right?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Well, I think you got it.
That's a great idea.
We'll work on that. Who do you guys want to play, Albie or Davis? I mean, Albie makes sense.
I think this Albie makes complete sense.
I think that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yep. The Superintendent's Cup or something like that you could play for. That might be more than the Battle of Iowa. Because I'm pretty sure, oh man, Kovac might get suspended from coaching for punching somebody in the faculty in Staples County. Oh, goodness. All right, Coach, junior high football, you guys are going to wrap up your season Monday against Clark?
Monday, yeah. We're heading over to Clark, makes a big trip over to Clark, play over there on a Monday night and wrap things up. But so we don't know what we don't know what to expect from Clark. We haven't really heard a whole lot about them this year. So, we're just going to go over there and keep doing what we do and hopefully try to keep getting better every day out and, and just keep working hard.
The game last night, Josh and I were talking there, and you get in the second half, and clearly the game's been decided. But we talked about it. Junior high level, it's not always about winning anyway. You got to find some positives, make some moves offensively, maybe have a big play. And you had a couple of big highlights. Number one, Alejandro Alvarado had a big interception, and man, he was an eyelash from getting around that kid, and then that was going to be fun to watch him run. And then was it Chris Cole?
Chris Cole, yeah.
Wow, he had like an 80-yard run.
Yeah, had a nice run, stepped through a couple tackles, and then cut back, and had a nice run down to the 4 to 5, and we ended up punching that in. So, just good things to see late in the game, and just to see some guys, different guys, be able to do some things. But, like I said, I was actually not worrying about the score. I told them at halftime we weren't going to worry about the scoreboard this one. I said, really, honestly, in the first half, I wasn't even that disappointed with how we played. I mean, we missed a few tackles, and they had a kid that we're going to have a tough time tackling all night long. We understood that, but doing a lot of things right. Now, obviously, we got things to work on. I mean, we're still got some alignment issues and sometimes getting ourselves in the right position and doing those things. But for the most part, our kids are playing hard and they're trying to do the right thing. And that's we're moving along and progressing in that standpoint.
I was very impressed with the Grinstead kid. I mean, Josh and I also talked to the 8th grade game and stuff. Blake Chance, great athlete, Mary, and is a great athlete, and Brady, the 3 kids that all play quarterback, but they still, at the end of the day, they're just chucking it. I mean, when the rush comes, they're throwing the ball up somewhere.
Yeah.
But the Grinstead kid actually looked, for a 7th grader, very poised and very accurate. He looks like, as much as we hate to see it, they may have a pretty good quarterback coming in the future.
Yeah, they do, and they got some nice athletes. And even look at their 8th graders, the running back, I'm not sure what his name was, that 8th grade running back.
That's Stewart.
That's a move in. That's a nice move in.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice move in.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of telling him open and roll to Salvia.
Yeah.
Mom teaches there, so, there's a reason he's there. But that's a nice kid to move in. So,
yeah.
Those kids help sometimes. So that helps, because they're already got a pretty nice group anyways. And then he moves in, and that's kind of your kid that got the ball the majority of the time. So, we're just going to keep working and keep these guys get better and keep getting them in the weight room and keep plugging away. But, I think, we've got 3-4 pretty good groups of kids here rolling through that we can be able to get something. We're hoping to sustain something for a few years here.
All right, Coach Nick Malone, we're talking junior high football, 7th grade and 8th grade. Monday night at Clark. Coach, good luck with that. And before we let you get out of here tonight, you are going to be in position to take the Hall of Fame challenge. Brought to you by Power Insurance of Moravia. Call 724-9000. That's 724-9000. Power Insurance of Moravia. Okay, guys. Well, we got to talk baseball, postseason baseball. We're smack dab in the middle of the postseason. I know it's hard to believe that it's postseason since the Cubs are still playing. Usually the Cubs are not playing in the postseason. So yeah, it is hockey season. So all right, here we go. In Game 3 of the 1970 World Series, Orioles pitcher Dave McAnally became the only pitcher in history to do this. What did Dave McAnally do in Game 3 of the 1970 World Series that made him, at the time and still today, the only pitcher in history ever to do this? Good luck, gentlemen. The Hall of Fame challenge. Let's see if I'm guessing it'll be somewhat of an educated guess or a thought-through guess here. Game 3 of the 1970 World Series, Dave McAnally of the Baltimore Orioles became the only pitcher in history at the time and still today to ever do this. We will grab a break, come back to see how they did right after this.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special options. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iwegian, the newspaper that cares about Appalachia County.
All right, the Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. In 1970, Game 3 of the World Series, Orioles pitcher Dave McAnally became the only pitcher at the time and still to date to do this. All right, Josh, what'd you write down? Hit a grand slam, Coach? Hit 3 batters in an inning?
I hit a home run in the game or a walk-off home run.
Okay, Chad? I said hit for the Cyclones. Well, I'll tell you what he did. He became the only pitcher in World Series history to ever hit a grand slam. So Josh Rice came up with the right answer.
Home run. I figured with the 2 pitchers hitting home runs already for the Cubs, that was probably where we were headed.
To date, there have been 13 pitchers that have hit home runs in the World Series. McAnally not only hit a grand slam, but he's one of only 2 pitchers to have multiple home runs in the World Series. He has 2 World Series home runs. The other was a member of the Cardinals. Anybody want to guess who the other pitcher was?
Cardinals fan
that had 2 World Series home runs? Who? How about Bob Gibson? Bob Gibson has 2 World Series home runs to his credit. So, all right, Josh Rice. Baseball is his. There you go. That's his strong suit. He nailed it there tonight. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we will talk American-style high school football with Coach Chuck Evans, and I don't know. We might talk about some trophy we won Friday night.
Yeah,
back where it
big
belongs.
grad battle, Highway 5. Congratulations, all our Big Reds. And Maggie, you want to say hello to you? To my daughter, she should be listening at home here, and should be about ready for bed, I'm assuming.
Well, already 7:30.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that's right. You've got to go home and watch hockey.
That's right. We got hockey.
We got hockey tonight.
That's right.
How old is Maggie now?
4
Right.
years old.
She's a fan of the Big Reds.
Fan of the Big Reds, yeah.
All right. And safe to say that have you seen where has Kobach put the trophy wherever it's going? Do we have the spotlight on it?
The spotlight has not been put on it yet, but it's in the process, I think.
But it's safe to say it looks so much better here than it does up there.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Coach. We're back after this on Hy-Vee's The Bit.
Since 1961, Pershey Roofing and Painting has been the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri for quality craftsmanship at a fair and honest wage. Pershey Roofing and Painting, 3rd generation owned and operated, family ran with family pride. Call 641-895-5082. That's 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting, the name you know, the name you trust in southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Call 641-895-5082. Pershey Roofing and Painting. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
can.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
o'clock, and why not? As we're set to talk Big Red football, the Centerville Big Reds went up north and put one on out the last Friday night, 35-14. And we got some work to do here right out of the chute. We failed to mention last week's lineman of the week, Trent Vogel, who was the lineman of the week for the big homecoming game. And boy, I'll tell you what, his name was all over the loudspeaker that Friday night against for the homecoming game against Davis County. Very deserved of that honor. And then Sam Owens this week gets the lineman of the week, and they get a pizza from George and Nick's, compliments of Chico Construction. So the Chico Construction lineman of the week. And guys, obviously, no matter who you've got, if you don't have the guys doing the job in the trenches, you're not going to be successful.
Yeah, well, most definitely. I was looking for you to take that one, Coach. Yeah, and Sam plays defensive end for us and does a great job. Him and Stickler kind of bookends for us, and they're starting to understand what we want them to do and squeeze stuff down and get in the mix and set edges for us. And they don't always get all the tackles like the linebackers and stuff do, but without them, guys would be getting to the outside and run down the sidelines, and we'd be in a world of hurt. So our defensive ends are starting to do what we want them to do, and Sam did a very good job against Albion.
Congratulations again to Trenton Vogel and Sam Owens. Well, everybody did a pretty good job against Albion. Coach Chuck Evans joins us now, and Coach, in the number of 5-6 years, whatever it is you've been here, it doesn't take, you don't have to be here long, whatever, to set the rivalry between Albion and Centerville. Your first game out of the chute was a game that they'll be talking about for decades, if not forever, around here with Albion, because you rarely see a 3-0 high school football game. I think this is the first time since then, though, that we've had the helmets.
Yes, it is. We go back to that first game with Big Reds, and it was Brent Jackson with about 6 seconds to go in the game, kicked the field goal to win that 3-0 game, and then we go up last week, and Michael Connor, we were just doing the pregame show for coming up on Friday and stuff. We were just talking a little bit, and he said we got up there, and we were fully dressed when we got left here from Centerville. We weren't going to dress up there and go through all that. And we got off the bus, and Mike says, the kids know us, and Henry and him were standing there and kind of talking to the kids, and the kids wouldn't talk. They just had space, and we went right to the locker room. They knew they were on a mission, and they came out and got the job done, and I'm happy to report that every day when you come into the halls of CHS, on one wall we've got the pennants from Davis County, and then on the other we'll be building the museum, I guess, for the shining light for the
I was feeling it was going to be music playing nonstop.
Yeah, there will be. Solbach will be in charge of that. It'll be quite the production. But anyway, we got the Highway 5 trophy in the administration principal's office there at high school, and our kids should be proud of it. I know it's a big win not only for our football team, but our coaches and the community in whole. And when we got back, we had the little police escort, and around the square we went and got back out to Lakeview to ring the victory bell, and parents and girlfriends and everybody was out there taking pictures and everything. So it was a great night, and the deserving victory of our football team.
Well, let's talk about the game. We come out of the chute, our first drive, we move it a little bit, then it stalls. They get the ball in their first play. Man, they go for, 30, 40 yards around in. We knew that we were probably going to see Leshen around in, and then I believe is that the Senate was a Senate up the middle. I mean, that I don't think that was a secret. They talked about it on their radio station before the game. I listened on the way in. It's Leshen around in, Senate up the middle. But that's still, and you talked about it last week here on the show, or that you were actually on the show mapping out a way to stop the counterplay, and the first one goes for about 30 yards. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, you knew that they were going to probably come out, and knowing Albia as well as we do now, in the time I've been here, they throw the book at you, and I told Coach Koestner and I told some other coaches, I said the first 4 minutes of this game could be crucial because they're going to come out with a great amount of energy. The Senate was back from his suspension, so we knew that they were going to try to throw anything they could. It was just, let's hunker down. Hopefully they don't put points on the board. They didn't. We got the game under control and got the offense going in the right direction, as they say.
And, the kids just played outstanding. That first half of football was very exciting, very physical. And, our kids didn't back down, and they took it to Alpia. And, it was in the second half, we kind of had a little bump in the road, which is expected with high school athletes. You just can't keep that intensity going. But the thing I was really proud of is where our kids bounced back after they scored the touchdown. They came back and got one and gave up another cheeky, but they came back and got another one. And so we were in good shape after that. So, our kids did really well. And when you have a big team win like that, everybody plays well. And everybody contributed. Even the kids that didn't get into the game with great energy on the sideline, and it was just a fun night.
Well, one of those kids that doesn't get in the game, but I see him down there every week, is the young man we had on the show tonight, Evan Hall, as a senior. And, he seems as excited as anybody to go get that trophy. And I know that even though he's not able to play, there's a value in his senior leadership on that sideline.
Oh, yeah, there is. And Kate Warren's another young man that suffered injury in the Pleasantville game and hasn't been able to play. And we'll be honoring 9 senior football players and coach's assistant Nick Mitchell and football ambassador in Thad Hill come Friday night here at Paul Johnson Field. And those kids are, they're in tune to what's going on, and they're very proud of where this program's at and the success and getting both of the rivalry trophies back in the building. And now we got the big game with Central League coming up here on Friday night. So it's a team effort. We're all in this together, and I got to tip my hat to our coaches putting the game plan together for Alpia. Did an outstanding job getting the kids prepared and performing and showing some different things that we hadn't done during the year. They worked well, and it's just a great, satisfying win from a head coach's perspective, as much as the trophy means to this community and to the school and everybody involved in Centerville football.
We'll grab a break. We'll come back more with Coach Chuck Evans after this on Hy-Vee's The Pit.
Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
We are talking Big Red football with Coach Chuck Evans, and the Big Reds now coming into this Friday night are going to be playing the biggest game in a while around here. We were in a playoff game last year. Our last game was to go to the playoff. Would have been great. Would have been fantastic. But now that they're only taking 2 teams, I think it's pretty common knowledge, man. You make the playoffs now, and you're legit. And here we are. We got Central Lee coming to town. We're fresh off beating Albion and Davis County in back-to-back weeks. I don't think it gets a whole lot better than that. And now Friday night, if I'm looking at this right, barring Clark defeating PCM in the final week of the season at PCM, Friday night, the winner is in.
Yeah, the winner's in because if it ends up being a situation, even if Clark would beat PCM, that still keeps us in the mix because we beat Clark.
Right.
And they go back to head-to-head, and it gets all through that. And we don't even want to go beyond that as far as the at-large, because I don't even know how you figure those things out. I read the manual the other day, and I started putting a pencil to it, and I got about halfway through it, and I forget it. So just win.
They'll let us know. Right?
They'll let us know. That's right. Yeah, but it's it's going to be fun. It's going to be where we want the program. We met Sunday, as we always do, for films, and I just told the boys, I said, this is no longer an exception. This is where we expect to be every year. And they understand that. I think this has really hit home, the success we've had coming into this season, the hard work that our seniors and the juniors and sophomores, freshmen, everybody that's a part of this have put in. And, it's fun. And when we were just off the air there, up at Alvia, and after the game, coaches had to kind of twist the old man's arm to get them to circle the wagons, as they said, do our little victory chant afterwards. But it was so fun to see our student body that supported us. I know, talking to Courtney in the office, that they had to turn kids away from the pep bus because we had that filled up, and everybody's excited, and the community's excited, and all that stuff. So we're hoping for a big turnout Friday night. The weather's supposed to be perfect for football. You have to put a little, put the hoodies on, put a little jackets on, and sweaters and all that stuff. But, if you're not doing anything Friday night, please come down and support this football team and the young men that play to represent Centerville High School, because they're well-deserved of it. It should be an outstanding high school football game.
Central Lee coming off a win against Clark last week, 26-24. So when you look at things on paper again, and I know coaches find that sometimes dangerous, but I also know you guys would probably be lying to me if you said you didn't look at that stuff a little bit, because it's all we really have to judge. You're going to look at the game film as well at this point. But at the end of the day, at least from a player's perspective, that has to also give our guys a bit of confidence to think, obviously, they didn't go out and annihilate Clark. So at the very least, we know we can match up and compete against this football team.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I think we've been kind of a Clark follower since we beat them. They've been kind of going up against these teams. We kind of been looking at the scoreboard and what they've been able to do and accomplish. And I'm sure Clark beating Albia the week before in overtime gave our kids some renewed confidence they could go out and play Albia. But you still got to play the game. And what happened on a previous Friday night might have no bearing on what could happen the next Friday night. You still have to be prepared. You still have to be focused. You still have to be disciplined and do everything correct to have an opportunity to win. The one thing from the Albia game that we took away from that was a negative and a positive situation was the amount of penalties that we had. And we've been trying to get that cleaned up this week in practice, because you can't give up over 100 yards in penalties and have an opportunity to win, especially when you go up against good competition. And Central Lee's a very good team. They were a playoff qualifier last year, and they have a very dominant run game. And so we're going to have to be prepared and make sure when the snap count's the snap count, and not jump off and give them an easy 5, because I think their philosophy going into the game is give us 3.34 yards a carry. You multiply that by 3, get that first down, just keep the chains going, keep the clock going, and keep the ball away from your offense. So our defense is going to have their work cut out for us. And another thing, back to the Albia game, one of the things that I was really impressed on was the special teams, the Hunter May for us, did a great job of keeping the ball away from Albia's return people and angling to the sidelines. And not only angling to the sidelines, but getting depth on his kicks and helped get field position for us. So it's the three phases of the game you always hear coaches talking about, and that's what we're going to have to hit Friday night.
The Big Reds of Central Lee on Friday night. I believe it's another 7:30 start time.
Yeah, it's 7:30, which will be very nice for all of us to been kind of following the time clock from 7 to 7:30. But it is a 7:30 kick. Again, there'll be a senior night presentation before the game. We'll honor the band, the cheerleaders, cross country, I believe. Everybody that's involved in athletics, except for the volleyball, because they've already had their senior night, will be introduced before the game. And so it'll be a standard halftime of 15 minutes and 3-minute warm-up. So all that stuff will take place. So, come out early, support the kids that support Centerville, and, cheer them on.
All right, what can you tell us about McCain Oden and his situation? We saw him hobbling off the field the other night.
Yeah, he kind of like his knee buckled on him. And when I got down there, and he's laying on the ground, and I know the kids sometimes don't appreciate the old man's sense of humor, and I'm sitting there, and I said, what happened? He says, knee buckle. I said, like mine did every night practice, and he goes, yeah. And I said, well, shoot, I got up. I'm 61 years old. Why are you laying down here? And he kind of looked at me like, well, what are you talking about, Coach? But anyway, we got him up. We got him to the sideline. Coach Duball checked him out. Felt the knee was strong. Saturday morning, folks took him up to Des Moines to a clinic up there that basically handles knee injuries of that nature. They checked him out, basically gave him a slight sprain and a bruise on the knee, gave him a brace, said that, just let the body tell you if you're going to be ready to go by Friday. And tonight in practice, I can report he didn't have the brace on. He's out there running around just like he normally does, and I talked to him several times. He says, no, I'm good. And so he should be good to go on Friday night.
And he had a very good game against Salvia. Cardani also had some good minutes as well. And I thought that Brett played about as well as he's played this year.
Yeah, and all three of those guys, I know, and I'm not saying this being negative, I'm saying this from a positive standpoint, they can play even better. And Odin's progress this year, game to game, as a freshman, they just starting to get better and better, learning experience. Bryce is starting to come into his own, and I still think that we're going to see some big things for Bryce before the season gets over. And Brett, with the multiple reads he has to do in that offense and everything, I think he's done an outstanding job. I know Michael and myself get a little frustrated with him sometimes, but I know it's not that he's not trying. It's just that when you get all the stuff that we got going and things that are happening out there on the field and process that, it just takes some experience. And he has been getting better each week, and hopefully he just keeps going, and the team keeps getting better each week, and it'll be a fun team, toward the end, which it is right now, but maybe even past the end and get that 10th game.
And Tiger Terpstra, could you imagine if this kid was 200 pounds and even 5'10", 5'11", pound for pound? He's got to be one of the hardest playing kids in the state.
Well, he's the hardest playing kid, and you see that on Friday night. But what I like about Tiger, and our kids are starting to really buy into what Tiger kind of sets as an example, is this his work ethic in everything he does, as far as on the practice field. What you see on Friday night, you see that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at our practice. He doesn't have a let's go through the motion button. He just does everything and works really hard. He's improved as a player. He's fun to be around. He takes things seriously, and there's a throwback of an old school type football player, Tiger. He doesn't like to lose. He wants to win. Team player, and you just ask him to do certain things. We've got him doing multiple things on defense. We've got him doing things on offense, running here, there, and everywhere. Then we have him back on special teams and fair catching on punts and things like that. So, yeah, he does a real good job. But if you ask Tiger, about that and everything, he'd say, no, it's about the team, it's about winning. And that's why I just enjoy coaching him. He's just about everybody and themselves and not about him. And I think this is what this team's all about. There's certain times when you kind of shake your head and you go, okay, we're going to get through this. But they bounce back just like Albie in the second half. I think, when Albie kind of got that touchdown and we all kind of looking at each other, how are we going to respond? And you saw how they responded. They came back and scored, and we got the defense straightened out, and kids played hard. And that's what's fun to be around them.
We'll take a break, come back to it more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch after this.
Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square has got you covered when it comes to men's dress. Whether it be business or casual, Jim Ireland Menswear can help. From jeans to slacks, from dress shirts to golf shirts, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help you look your best. And if you've got a wedding in your future, call Jim Ireland Menswear or stop by to talk about tux rentals. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
RK Auto Body in Centerville is your authorized truck defender dealer. Call 856-2500 or stop out and see them at 21317 Highway J46. Truck Defender, protect your investment at the lowest cost. Truck Defender offers 6 times the strength and durability of any other bumper and the industry's only lifetime manufacturer's craftsmanship warranty. It's constructed of heavy-duty reinforced aluminum and made in the USA. Designed and built on site for your specific model and special option. Mirror finish, lightweight, easy installation. Truck Defender bumpers. Ask about them today at RK Auto Body in Centerville. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appalachia County.
Got some football with Coach Chuck Evans here on the Pitchfork Show, and boy, Friday night, it should be rocking at Paul Johnson Field. The field's been looking great. The team has certainly put an energy into this community. I think both our volleyball team and our football team have really energized this community. I think, probably short of that playoff game with Oskaloosa a few years ago, this is probably the biggest game we've had since 2009. It's definitely the biggest home game we've had since then.
Yeah, from what people told me, it's a 2009 team as far as the games they had with Pella here and the playoff run that they had. Yeah, it's right up there. And reason for it is because, just like you said earlier in the broadcast, is that only 16 teams getting in, and that's it. And you're one of the top 16. We have an opportunity to do that, and so it's just we'll see how things go. But it's like I told the kids tonight before practice, and I had the coaches around and everything. Sometimes we get carried away with the wins and losses, and sometimes we're worrying about the results. And I just told the kids, I said, hey, take some time and enjoy this. I said, take some time and look around at who you're doing this with, and remember these times of practices and the games and everything that goes on, because those are the memories that will go with you from here on. And I told them I'm very proud of this football team, from the freshmen on up, and how they've responded. And I just love these guys. They've done everything that we as coaches have asked them to do. And I know some of these kids have gone through a whole heck of a lot to be on that football team and represent this community. And I just hope the fans come out and support them Friday night, because they are so deserving of it.
Well, last year, Coach, the final game of the year was to get into the playoffs. And it was exciting. It was a good game. It was a high-energy game. You could sense the enthusiasm. And you got a group of kids that were on that team that, that locker room last year at the end certainly wasn't the feeling you want. How much, though, do you think that experience will benefit these guys on Friday night?
Well, I think you always learn. Each year is a learning experience, and we have the experience that we have back from last year's team this year. They know what it's all about, and the biggest dose of medicine they've got might be Davis County with the pennant, and then Albia with the Highway 5 trophy. And like I said, when we got back to town from Albia Friday night and got down to Lakeview to ring the victory bell, and the parents that were there, the girlfriends, the regular student body and everything, these kids know what this is all about. They're getting the feel of it, and they like it. I don't think they want to go back and be on the short end of the stick, as they say. They want to still feel the excitement, the elation of winning. And I know darn well those 9 seniors that will put, basically the 7 seniors will put on their uniform, the 2 young men that will be on the sideline with us, they know nothing better can win and be able to say, hey, we're going to the playoffs our senior year, and those will be memories they'll take with them the rest of their lives.
All right, Coach, I got to ask you before we get out of here tonight. We've talked about it a little bit tonight, the possibility of a 100-meter dash between Kovac and Kylie. And I know you deal with Kovac's energy on the sideline each and every week. He's certainly not what you would call a Tom Landry type coach. Would you attend this race? Would you pay respectable money to see Kylie and Kovac? And if they did race, where would you put your money?
Well, yes, I would attend the race, and I would put some money on Kovac. But how I would do it is make sure that there was a white line behind him that would follow him up the track as he's racing the Chicago. Because on Friday nights, we have a white line usually on the sideline, and we're supposed to stay behind it. And he is always in front of it and always getting a warning and stuff. So if I could keep that moving white line behind him, he'd keep looking back and seeing that, and he's always going to be on the other side of it. So I know he wouldn't slow down because he always likes to stay on the other side of the white line, and he would get across the finish line first. So that's just the way it happened.
Coach Chuck Evans, Big Red football team, a huge game Friday night. Central Lee Donaldson comes to town. Both teams 4-1 in district play. The winner is into the playoffs. And that is quite an accomplishment. So let's get a big crowd and cheer on our mighty Big Reds. 7:59 is our time, and before we leave tonight, I do want to make mention of a sad moment in Centerville. A well-known community figure, Bill Whitaker, lost his life yesterday at the age of 60. A longtime educator at Indian Hills Community College and a longtime member of the Indian Hills baseball coaching staff. 7 times he was a member of the staff that went to the Junior College World Series, and he was a tremendous influence on so many young people. I think everybody that ever had Bill as a teacher not only liked him, you loved him, and you learned a lot from Bill Whitaker. He will be sorely missed. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family tonight. These services for Bill Whitaker will be at the Lane Funeral Home on Sunday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For Chad Lee Koestner and Josh Price, I'm Russ W. Ocker saying so long.